My name is Captain Neil Holland, and I'm the president of OceanAid360. OceanAid360's mission is to find and remove marine debris of all different types, but we put a high priority on the removal of lost and abandoned fishing equipment, including derelict and abandoned crab and lobster traps that go missing during storms, or boat strikes that cause the buoys to float away and the traps to settle to the bottom and continue fishing even though nobody's checking on them any longer. So far, since 2018, we've worked and programmed with community volunteers and compensated commercial captains all over the state of Florida. And about a year and a half ago, we began working in earnest in the Bahamas and have a 3-year grant to expand our programming there on marine debris removal. You know, one of the things that we realized a few years ago when we started this work is that when the closed fishing seasons visit an area, right? So the spiny lobster season is closed or stone crab season is closed. Sometimes, such as in the Keys, those fishery closures will overlap, and it creates a window of opportunity during which most any buoy that you would sight out there on the waterfront is probably fishing during the closed fishing season because it's been abandoned or moved during a storm, and so is ripe for removal, right? To ensure that the only gear that's left out there in the fishery is gear which is being actively tended and cared for and monitored, so that you don't have, commercially viable fish and crustaceans and lobsters dying in traps that are no longer being checked, or having those traps end up tangled in somebody's propeller or doing damage to native seagrasses. It's so important to make sure that we protect the livelihoods of fishermen and women operating in these areas, but at the same time, be good stewards and protect the waterfront and the natural environment so that it can be sustainable and there'll be good catches in years ahead as well. We recognize that it's expensive to be out there fishing on the water for a day, whether you're doing it recreationally or commercially. And, you know, folks, especially working in the commercial sector, they've invested a tremendous amount of money to get the equipment and orient their lives around working on the water. So we really see that as something of value, and we work hard to make sure that we have some resources available so that when we show up to work in the lower Keys or anywhere in the Keys or around the state of Florida, that we're able to compensate captains for their fuel and for their time and their vessel and their local know-how, and to bring them out to participate with us. And by doing that, I mean, we've seen such a remarkable difference in our haul, right? The first event that we ever held in the lower Keys, I think we took in about 11,000 pounds, right? And that was working with a mix of sporties, so sport fishing captains, and a few commercial captains as well. The difference that can be made by folks who are clued in to how to navigate safely around the area, where they understand where most of the fishing is occurring, and they're also motivated to help. And we do lunch and prizes and all kinds of stuff like that. So we really want to make sure that it's a fun and positive learning experience and impactful for the natural environment. Visitors who are visiting the Keys and having a great tourist experience there and going to be interacting with the waterfront, they can be preparing for their trip by thinking about how to be responsible around the waterfront. So if you're coming down in a pickup truck and towing your boat because you're looking forward to a great few days of fishing on the inshore waters or near the reef, make sure that you don't have garbage in the bed of your pickup truck that can blow out, or in your boat that you're trailering that can easily blow out and end up in the mangroves, and on the very next tide cycle end up on the waterways that we treasure. It's the whole reason we're there. So, you know, that's one great example. I would say for folks that maybe are arriving into the airport at Key West and gonna get a rental car and enjoy the nightlife there and that kind of thing, consider picking up trash where you see it and help us get it the rest of the way into a trash receptacle, so that the municipality can pick it up and dispose of it properly. Waste and litter, it's everybody's responsibility. It's always a great idea to leave the place better than you found it. So, and it also makes you part of the Keys community when you're doing something to benefit the Florida Keys. We welcome you as one of our own. For more information, interested members of the public can check us out at OceanAid360.org. We also have a lot of great videos and images on our Instagram page under our profile, OceanAid360. So we thank everybody for your interest, and we really look forward to seeing you with us on a shoreline or on the waterfront real soon. That's OceanAid360.org.